What is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays accordingly.
First play, Mahomes looking to throw it. That is caught. It's Xavier Hutchinson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
That's a good start to the ball game. Maybe a little bit of a tone setter offensively. They come out throwing right away, and it's an early completion and a quick first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Now it's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And incomplete.
This is probably why this guy's got multiple MVPs on the mantle. We're used to seeing him make the impossible throws, but here Mahomes knows he's got nothing, so wisely just gets rid of it.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. Look in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter, because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And again, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe bring in an extra defensive back or two, because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
We put the time in ahead of this game. We did our homework, and one thing we do know, they did not game plan for his legs in this one.
No, I got to tell you, looked like he was running in, I don't know, quicksand or something there for a little bit, but hey, he got the job done.
Found a way to get there, even though none of us thought he could.
And a good job of just fighting through one tackle there to pick up about 3. 2nd down coming up.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Well, 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and you play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball. It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And now with 3rd down, throw incomplete as well.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt.
And his kick here is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing in 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. He returns the point up and good by Sanders, and that pushes the lead up to 11. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Well, you come out here and
not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. Kansas City taking the field for their second drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On play action, it's Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Mahomes now to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Oh, that was a fucking...
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Chiefs.
After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Chiefs with the football as we start the second quarter. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, if you look where that play starts, O-line versus D-line, that was a battle won by the D-line.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's won by quickness off the ball. Who can handle the guy across from them best? On that play, the defensive line did exactly that.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
19 yards. First down, Kansas City.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And the Niners get there and bring him down. Patrick Willis, the blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Now Mahomes. They set up the screen for Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On the return is Ward. 7 yards on the return after a punt of 39. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Bringing them out is one of the most exciting players in the NFL every season. A former MVP, it's Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And got his man complete. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, 49ers. A great play there. 79 yards. And the Niners are able to widen their advantage. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again. And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Now Mahomes throwing on second down. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. From the gun on third down, Mahomes. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's fourth down. Here's the Chiefs punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Here's Ward to return. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Play action. Now Jackson rolling to his left. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. A great effort there. A touchdown on a kick return, and now one through the air. And the 49ers are able to add on to their first half lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there, shouldering the ball.
And Mahomes is going to go down in the end zone, and that is going to be a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough, and that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal. And now off to the races down the right side. Christian McCaffrey.
Get out of the way.
And he's going to take it in.
Still on that little Nick. Get out of the way.
Christian McCaffrey in the final seconds of the first half. And the 49ers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it. So a sack on a 2-point try. So tried to throw it in for 2 points, but the D got home, brought him down.
He got home, which means there had to be good coverage. Just had nowhere to go with the ball. Typically, Typically, you try and throw quick hitters, quick slants, maybe even a quick fade. Nothing was open. He ends up getting sacked.
And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Take a knee.
All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll
He
do
better
it for
take
the
a knee.
first half of play. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
All right, BG, thanks very much, and welcome one and all to our beautiful new downtown Orlando studios for this EA Sports halftime report. We saw a terrific first half from the dual-threat quarterback Lamar Jackson. He came on after a slow start to fire 2 second-quarter touchdown passes and give his guys the lead at the intermission.
And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here.
Jason Sanders is set to kick off.
It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Second half begins with a run by Henry. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 9-yard line.
Mahomes going to throw. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to 4th down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created a...
Oh!
avalanche. It's coming right on top of them.
That was a safety.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. Fielded at the 43. Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They go play action now. Jackson, they'll roll him out right. And this one too low.
I think you could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Up the gut, McCaffrey. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
The 22 is the line to gain here on 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. And it is caught. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
And it's complete. In the end zone, touchdown 49ers. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners Sounders are an extra point away from going up by 40. And now this is right in Kyle Shanahan's wheelhouse. He'll go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Final minute now of the third quarter.
Sack.
Now here's Mahomes. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And he's able to get this one up to the 8-yard line this time. Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. It's fielded at the 45. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Touchdown 49ers! C.J. Uzomah, 43 yards. And the 49ers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Hey.
Back now here in Santa Clara, where the fourth quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. Sanders now to kick this one away.
Where you run this at?
And
Boy.
he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself,
That Michael
we've seen a
Jackson.
lot of NFL games, and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This has been a display of offense that, frankly, I think the two of us have watched from behind our hands, trying to spread our fingers wide enough to actually see the result. They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a third down throw, and it misses the target, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to be a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And taken right at the 35. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do, go and get more. Oh, look work out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. Ball at the 40 here for 2nd and 5. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. But he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just added their totals. Well, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Throwing now is Mahomes. And that is incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Fielded right around his own 43. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The 49ers offense now, they work their way back onto the field. But they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard. But they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have got...
There he goes, left side. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25.
Dang, 1 minute
and
left.
now here comes Kansas City. We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing, and partner. They do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Under pressure, they got him again. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Give it in.
Tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Moving inside the 20.
Give it in.
Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And they can run this score up even further as they begin this drive with a 1st and goal and that huge lead. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
That was me. Stupid.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging it.
And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Well, they came into this one with a vision, Charles, and it has played out exactly as they had hoped, if not even better. They've got the huge lead. Looking to get it to Walmart, intercepted. And the Chiefs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game.
I threw 2 turnovers at the end. What's my reward? Guess that works. Christian Wilkins. Matt Breida. I'm gonna test him out.
The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Fielded just outside the goal line. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. They'll have Lamar Jackson calling the shots, the former Heisman Trophy winner from Louisville.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded. All those highlight reel plays you see, they come off the fact that he can run it, throw it, and scares defenses every time he takes a snap.
First carry for Christian McCaffrey. And McCaffrey going to pick up a Niners first down. All near midfield, spotted at the 48.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And that is incomplete. Well, that's not the way you want to start. A first pass attempt and a first drop all in one.
Well, you've got plenty of time to make up for it, but obviously not the way you want to get things started. Got to shake that off and get going.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
That's a gain of 7.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. They needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up
Off the play fake. Here's Jackson rolling to his right. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, there's a downside to everything, and the danger of man coverage is if you're locking down your target, you often turn your back to the quarterback and you don't see him. Sometimes you open up a big lane for him to hit you for big yardage, and that was an astute play by him to scramble out, see that lane, and burn them for a first down.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Less than a minute to go here in a scoreless first quarter to this point. 2nd down and right back to McCaffrey. And he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
That run wasn't a big breaker, but I don't think the guys on offense mind very much. They've got a nice drive going, and they might just be luring the defense in a little bit. They could probably come back with a play action, maybe go over the top. But right now, on this drive, their playbook is open.
They got to get to the 23 here on 3rd. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
a gain of 5 yards.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. No score after 1 on EA Sports. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on fourth. Here's 1st and 10. This is McCaffrey on the give. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Give the tackle that time to Jordan Whitehead.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
And they get to him quickly here as he stops right around the 13. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. 1st and goal. McCaffrey. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a loss of 1. Brings up 2nd and goal at the Eagles' 2-yard line.
Jackson. And it's caught. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, and now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering.
And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. C.J. Uzomah. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the 49ers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. From a yard or two deep, here comes the return.
Oh boy, hit that boy. Boy, tried to knock that thing loose.
Inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. So here are the Eagles now backed up to start their first drive. They'll be captained by one of the greats of all time. At quarterback, it's Drew Brees.
And his task in this situation is making sure that his team knows that there's a sense of urgency, yet somehow still stays calm. Because your natural impulse, your first possession is not until the second quarter, is you got to attack right away. Throw something big at them right away. Yeah, you got to move the ball, but maybe be a little bit careful in doing so. For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shouldering the ball carrier, and down he goes.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now Brees. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. To throw is Brees. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. The Mississippi State man, Chris Jones, with a sack there.
And that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
The Eagles send out their punter now. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. He'll take it at the 42. A good head-down running on the return gets about 15 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. They'll throw on first down with Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. That's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
God.
On second down, and this one incomplete as well.
I certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
On third down, Jackson.
Come on, pass interference.
Incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So 2 quarters. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the third quarter. Just the 1 touchdown in that first half. 7-0 our score as we get going in quarter number 3. This fielded right at the goal line. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. So back onto the field here come the Eagles for their second drive. Well, Charles, we saw pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
It'll go as a gain of 4, and it's second down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him, and what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, you know, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy.
Boy, I should have
Put
came
him on
up.
a man-to-man and try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Eagles.
Throwing on first down is Breeze. Got a man, it's Brown. Calling a gain of 3 on the play. And it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7. At the
Oh, set.
26-yard line.
Breeze now to throw. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. Third down. 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Again, it's Breeze. And that's incomplete.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone setter, and many coaches do emphasize it. And that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Oh, the return is Ward. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their 38. The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. 48 yards rushing for him as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Now it's Jackson. This goes to a former Eagle, Nelson Aguilar. The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. They'll run to McCaffrey. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the Francisco to pick up 14 yards.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the third quarter of play. Back now here in Santa Clara. It's 49er football here. They've got the lead as well as we get set to start the fourth and final quarter. Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to make it a two-score game.
A 43-yard attempt.
And that is no good. And this will remain a one-touchdown game. That one hurts a bit. That was a golden opportunity to possibly put this one on ice, but he comes up empty.
And how big of a miss might that turn out to be? Stay tuned. There's still time left on the clock. This could be critical.
Still a one-score game. Had he hit that, it would have been two scores. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's Breeze to throw. He gets it complete to A.T. Perry. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Breeze now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw, Breeze. Fires the quick slant. A.J. Brown's got it.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here's 2nd down. Now Breeze. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. This crowd turning up the decibel number. It's 3rd and long. And he can't get a throw out. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Now Breeze got it for this one. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the 49ers are going to get the football back. The D brought the house, they called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that 4th down.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, We take a break. Here comes the 49ers punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And a fair catch call for him made at the 12-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Breeze to throw. Throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Well, that play was certainly a little bit different because on the previous play, he was sacked. This time, protection a lot better. Had time to survey the field and still couldn't find an open receiver.
To throw is Breeze. The throw left sideline falls incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch.
And they're going to sack him again. The 5th time they've gotten him today, and this one results in a safety. So the victory here for San Francisco. And not all W's are created equal, CD, and this one came in shutout fashion.
No, their offense certainly didn't need to do anything, right? They could take the day off, and they did. But the defense, they carried them in a big way.
Yeah, look, the offense, obviously stuff to work on, but they did enough, and the defense carried the load.
But you know what they say, it's always fun to work on things if it didn't go well in your game with a victory in your pocket. And that's what they've got going forward.
Oh, hell no. They true.
everyone. You're watching Ultimate Challenges, and I'm your host, the coach. For this next challenge, you need to complete all the challenge goals to get the win. You can view the goals at any time from the pause menu. Let's join this one already in progress. Here's Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, we will begin this challenge in the third quarter with 3 minutes remaining. You trail by a touchdown. You've got the ball on your own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
Running lanes run a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Play action. It's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now a give. Right side McCaffrey. Shoves him aside. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They moved it a combined 33 yards.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Devin Lloyd, the linebacker. Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. He's able to work free for about 6 down to the 18.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Oh, what a move. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as they... Back now here in Santa Clara. 2nd and 6 with the ball on the 7. It's 49er football, but some ground to cover. They find themselves behind as we hit the 4th and final quarter. A 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, he certainly thought he had a window to push that ball downfield, but as soon as he released the throw, the corner was there to slam that window shut.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. And it's complete. End zone touchdown, 49ers. A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Niners go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. Jacksonville back on offense and ready to take over. They no longer have the lead after that last touchdown, all tied up in the 4th quarter. And a chance for this offense to mount a potential game-winning drive right here. Well, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage after the loss to start out 2nd and 11. The handoff running left is Etienne. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Looking to throw, Lawrence. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score a touchdown. Sanders now to add the extra point. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. And can they regroup? That's the question. The pick 6 hurt, no doubt, but this is still a one. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked off by Joey Porter Jr. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. That is caught. It's Uzomah. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
What may seem a little unorthodox to some people, got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go out and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Christian McCaffrey taking it in from 7 yards away. And the 49ers have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here this 4th quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Jamal Agnew now to return it. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. So here now, Lawrence and the Jaguars. Down by 2 touchdowns. Just under 2 minutes to go. It's been a struggle to score all day, and now they need to do it twice here late to have a chance. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've certainly had trouble blocking this defense through 3.5 quarters, so I don't expect it to get any easier now. You know they're going to be sitting back and waiting on everything, and they force an incompletion there.
Lawrence. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
4th down and 10 yards to go. Here we go. Gotta have it. Lawrence.
Go!
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Niners take over in terrific field position. We got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. 64 yards rushing for him now to this point.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
A 40-yard attempt.
Sanders' kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're company man.
Aren't I, though?
And no return here for Agnew, so they'll bring it out, start the drive at the 25. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence.
Oh!
Man open, here is Jones. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Nice job there getting the win. Next up, another challenge, of course.
Man.